It's interesting. Like when you think on it, where do you think is kind of coming from? Like what factors might be driving the increased popularity of PEDs as part of like this enhanced lifestyle? Obviously the usage of just PEDs has always been around, whether you're, and this just extends outside of just fitness, right? Like whether you're a CEO or a student, like back in school, people were taking Adderall to study longer, or even if you're like, in business or something like that. But it seems like even more prominent now. So do you see something that's popped up more in culture to where this is like become an increased in popularity?
There's twofold things that I see. One, I think you have people like Chris's that are popularizing the sport. Like it's becoming something that's a lot more attractable to a lot more people. Secondarily, there's no longer the veil of the curtain between what you see in the magazines and what you see on social media versus gym population, because it's a little bit less faux pas to talk about it. Like for the longest time in culture, it was one of those things where people wanted to look like the people in the magazines or the fitness models or whatever, and they were trying to do it with just nutrition and training as best as they could, not understanding that there was that background usage of like enhancements. But now that it's a little bit less of, like I said, faux pas to discuss it and talk about like, this is what these people are doing, it's almost like lessen the air quote evil of it, where it's an understanding that I can't get there without this. So if I can't get there without this and this is what I want, what do I need to do in order to get there? Because it's becoming an extremely outcome focused society of like, what does my presence from like an image perspective become with the popularization of social media and the development of that and building brands around yourself? And I think that's probably a lot of where it comes from.
It's interesting with social media because as you know, like if you search something or you click on something or you sit on a page long enough on Instagram, that's your feed and everything will start getting populated more around that type of content. And so it's it's easy to be just kind of immersed in enhanced usage if that's something that you start looking at, and even starting to get a target with marketing that would leverage that interest as well. So all of a sudden your cultural norm becomes this enhanced individual. And so I think this normal look is no longer really normal. Now it's become, the norm is this like steroid using bodybuilder, and it looks like everyone's doing it. So I think that's part of how the normalization might see in like at least someone's that is coming across like social media and has those type of interests, when very well it might only be immersed in your own little circle of influence and not the reality of what's going on in the world. But I think another interesting area that's immersed is just the HRT wellness side of things. There's a lot of things that are driving this. I think as a whole, society is looking for more preventative strategies around medicine versus just, the old Western model of just don't fix it once it's broken. So, with the emerge of that, I think you're having all these clinics come up. However, a lot of these clinics are also kind of operating in a gray area. Like it's a newer area of medicine. So there's not full regulations on certain things. And even like we see peptide hormones that are coming out, which they're not FDA approved. However, they're not like banned either, but you can still access them through physician scripts, which is kind of strange. So I think the emergence of those clinics and giving accessibility to this enhanced lifestyle for wellness has also driven that. The accessibility is just there, and being that it's through physicians that are prescribing, it seems like this is now a new way to increase your well-being. So I think just the combination of the two, and where society now is, we're very open to being different in any capacity. And more acceptance of even taboo areas. So if you're, an enhanced bodybuilder, hey, natural bodybuilder, don't PED shame me because this is my choice, right? But as a whole, I think we're becoming more open to like what's going on in different parts of the world and societies, and trying to be more accepting of other people's decisions. And that's just kind of like you said, remove the veil, behind what people are doing, and things that are, it's pretty wild really on social media, because even things that are very illicit, people are like just showing and openly talking about, like, dude, like these are still like in your country that you're talking about very well could be an illegal act, an illegal thing that you're doing, but you're just so open to share it now. So it's almost become like a removal of ethics and morals and legality around these things that still have moral, ethical and legality issues surrounding them. But yeah, that emergence has come. So here it is. We're here now, and it's accessible, and people want that. So